Hello and welcome to yet another Porta.Fi review. Today we will be talking about yet another true wireless model. Manufacturer of these in-ear monitors is relatively less known than many other brands. It's Tranya, but actually they managed to release few really nice models with really nice and decent feature set with also really affordable price. So today I will cover upgraded version of their B530 model. They've called it B530 Pro, and actually it features aptX and AAC codec support, aptX5 waterproof, battery life, HD calling, Bluetooth 5.0, some nice dynamic driver diaphragm, and all that for pretty reasonable price of $70. And actually they provided a special discount code for our channel audience. I will add it to this video description, so if you decide to order them, you can get them for about $48 plus shipping, so pretty nice price. And let's have a closer look. As you can see, package is pretty attractive, nice polygraphy, good combination of glossy and matte paper, all features printed here, so about 8 hours from single charge and up to 56 hours additional in case. And actually it's true, you will get from 6 to 7 hours regularly depending on the listening volume. So accessory set described here, and once again they've listed feature set, and they're using Qualcomm codec, and that's a good sign because Qualcomm codecs means good connectivity, nice quality of receiving, and so on. So inside you will have the warranty card and manual. As you can see, 15 months of warranty, and case they even put a protective film here, so let's strip it. Actually it's pretty well sticked. Yeah. Here are accessory sets, so it's pretty predictable content. 2 additional pair of silicone tips, and USB, actually not USB-C, it's micro USB cable for charging, so a bit outdated here, but anyway, I don't think it's a big issue, but of course everyone likes to have single cable for everything. And let's peek inside the manual. So if you think that it's useless part and it's dull for you, if you don't like all that unboxing and related stuff, you can just skip it. I'm always adding time code to the video description, so just click it and skip. So connect settings, pairing, it's not interesting. The most interesting thing is control. So single tap play pause, press and hold power key next track, previous track, and double tap allows you change volume. So that's what I'd like to see. So it tracks navigation, play pause, and volume changing. Not my favorite schema with double taps, but I see still it's better than in-ear monitors without ability to change the volume. So case is pretty simple, classical shape, oval, and upper lid is semi-transparent. It's glossy, so it's gathering fingerprints, a bit of dust, so it will be problematic for me to take photos for the review, but anyway, I think I will manage. And lower part of case is made with soft touch. I don't know why they didn't make everything soft touch, and 4 LED indicators showing charge. Inside there are earpieces themselves, and it's pretty traditional, so charging contacts. You take them out, they turn on, boot up, connect to each other, and enter the pairing mode. So Now the right earpiece is in the pairing mode, and as usual you can connect them both, and you can connect them in stereo mode, in mono mode. You can change left and right, use only one or both, and you can use one while charging and second for listening the music, then swap them, so whatever you like. So all features of modern in-ear monitors. And as you can see, design actually is really consistent. So cases, soft touch here and glossy here, and earpieces sharing the same design. So it's a nice touch. It's not something done randomly, but they've thought about the outlook. So here you will have soft touch, and outer side is glossy with, I don't know, it's the company logo, just some pattern. So touch controls working okay. Charge contacts, pressure relief hole, so driver flex will be low, and I'm not sure, do you understand my joy here, but it's the model that uses regular standard tips. So know that short tips with non-standard stems, it's just regular traditional silicone tip. So you can use spin fits here, you can use mandarin, symbio tips, so everything that you'd like. Earpieces are comfortable, size is medium, so they will probably fit to almost any ears without some issues. They have nicely extended spouts, so sound isolation is a bit above average. There is a noticeable lip for holding the tips, protective grill, so everything that is necessary is present in place. So in terms of usability, they are also done well. In terms of connectivity, it's traditional for nowadays. I think like Qualcomm provides good quality, so up to 10 meters it's traditional, without hiccups, without any issues, without problems in this aspect. Of course, as usual, when you enter some place where there are a lot of interference, like a lot of Wi-Fi networks or something like that, like shopping mall or something like that, they could hiccup. But actually everyone is under the quarantine now, so no one is going to shopping malls now. But of course, I think it will pass in a few weeks, and I hope the life will return to the normal road. Anyway, in the regular wearing, no issues with connectivity, with signal quality or something like that. Battery life is close to the declared, tap controls working okay, so background noise is really quiet, so it's okay. And there is a small delay when you're watching videos, but it's not big, so it's not also a big issue, and luckily YouTube now managed to compensate it pretty okay. And let's make a traditional microphone test. So I'm recording this part without any compensation, without any equalizer, without a gain correction, so just using this in-ear monitors and their built-in microphone. Of course, YouTube compression will distort the sound a little bit, but anyway, it can give you an idea of how the microphone sounds. And of course, about the sound, we need some player to show the examples, and let it be FIO M11 Pro as usual. By the way, FIO recently released beta versions of firmware with Google Play Store, and with they promise that you will be able now even install USB Audio Player Pro. Anyway, let's back to the Tranya, and on their website they highlighting few times that their target was a nice bass. So I've expected some warmer or darker sounding model, but actually surprisingly they didn't appear just warm or muffled or veiled. It's really traditional tuning, so it's not something audiophilic, but it's a nice dynamic V-shaped signature. So basically accent on the lows, accent on the treble, so we've heard this many times before, but actually this time it's done pretty well. So don't expect some audiophilic level of sound performance, but it's the in-ear monitors targeted for the wide audience, and they performs really nicely. Let's probably proceed step by step. So bass is accented. Accent is about like from 12 to 15 decibels, so it's not huge, but it's neither it's small. It's like normal or a bit above normal accent. But anyway, it's of course adding impact, adding weight to the low frequencies. Resolution is normal. Don't expect some super resolving lows, some balanced armature level or wired fast dynamic drivers. It's like average dynamic driver, but nice resolution. Pretty realistic textures, but because of accent, of course, best of all, they show themselves with some electronic music, with pop music, with synthesized low frequencies. Also, acoustic and realistic instruments, they also represent pretty nicely, but sometimes they exaggerate their size a little bit because of added lows. Accent made on the mid bass, but it goes deeper, so depth here is also pretty nice. Not the super deep, but with normal depth, like, you know, really well balanced in-ear monitors for the vast majority of audience. So let's provide the example, and example is pretty predictable. It's the Antwoord. And actually you can see that they are connected and aptX is supported. So if you don't believe me, so here is the proof. So of course it's a shame for real audiophile to have the Antwoord in their media library, but it's my guilty pleasure and I like them from time to time. And Pitbull Terier, it was, if I remember right, it was the first their video that I've seen. I liked the video, I liked the tune, and I started listening them. And you know, like only 2 years ago, I found out that actually it's a cover version of the song from the famous movie. Yeah, Emir Kusturica movie. I always want to say Bregovic, but Bregovic is the composer and Kusturica is director. Anyway, so you heard the Antwoord, so don't try to hide that, and you know their music, and of course lot of punchy bass, and these in-ear monitors represent such music really nicely because they playing these accented low frequencies in the engaging way, and at the same time they have enough of clarity on the upper mids to represent Yolandi voice and all the instruments, so a nice contrast and sounding pretty engaging. So for the Antwoord it's a really good pairing. It also behaves nice with Musica Nuda and all other tracks that I use to test the realistic bass. It's just a single driver, so bass transitions smoothly into mids. Its bass bleeding is present, but it's really slow. It's almost unavoidable when in-ear monitors have accented low frequencies, and on the bass heavy tracks bass will shadow mids a little bit, but it's unavoidable. But mids have normal resolution, like not superb, but normal, it's okay. Like average resolution, not focused on the micro detalization, so pretty forgiving for the record quality, not nitpicking, like, you know, it's just created for the modern music, for something that is streamed over Spotify or like Apple Music, so not perfectly recorded, not lossless, but of course with better recorded tracks they sounding okay. Imaginary stage is about average in width and a bit below average in depth, and of course there is a traces of compression. Actually, if they were wired, bass depth was even better because wireless codecs are always cutting deepest bass. But anyway, you know, it's really that level of music that I can listen to. I have a lot of expensive in-ear monitors in my collection. I have limited edition of Solaris, I have Noble Han, I have full-size headphones like Mesa Empyrean and so on and so forth. I have good desktop amplifier and digital tonal converter, so I know the good sound. But for me, the most important thing is to listen to music, and I'm trying to avoid that, you know, like They're sounding, of course, like night and day difference comparing with some wired expensive in-ear monitors, but for me music is more important, and I'm really okay to listen music with good true wireless model. They are convenient, they are okay to listen on the go, during commute and so on. So it's like, you know, I'm trying to avoid this terminal form of the audiophilia when the quality is more important than music itself. Anyway, sorry for this distraction. So imaginary stage is about average in width and a bit below average in depth, but still with normal layering, so no big issues here. But of course don't expect big symphony orchestra to perform at the maximum level. And as an example, actually, I've got nice symphonic thing. It's Peter Gabriel, Intruder, nice orchestral thing with chorus, with unusual instruments. And here you will notice, comparing them with some more expensive wired model, liking of the stage, but still it's sounding pretty enjoyable thanks to the normal resolution and thanks to the good amount of weight and thanks to the normal macro dynamics, so they will perform on the nice level. And treble. Of course, treble extension is a bit below average, mainly because of lossy wireless codecs here, and of course resolution is also like average, but still, you know, it's not bad. Like many dynamic drivers and many inexpensive true wireless models are just trying to hide treble to create the comfortable sound, and thanks to Tranya they didn't do that because they understood that treble is critically vital for the good music, and they've made a slight treble accent to compensate low frequencies. For me it's normal accent, not too much and not even close to being too much, but if you're treble sensitive probably you need to listen them before, but I don't think that amount of treble here could become issue for anybody. So resolution is average, but at least it's sounding pretty realistic. Don't expect like rich overtones or layering, but it's not the model created for such genres and styles. So basically it's just okay level of the treble. And as an example for the treble, it's not the Antwoord, it's Sting, that his famous song Shape of My Heart. So if you didn't cry watching Leon, the end of Leon movie, you have no heart, and it's the song that is tightly connected to that movie and always associate with it. And as usual, Sting has a good quality of record and pretty nicely recorded treble, so this in-ear monitors shows it in a pretty acceptable level. Of course, a bit more extension and resolution would be nice, but still pretty acceptable. So to summarize everything, nice V-shaped dynamic drivers with pretty noticeable accent on the lows and on the treble, but sounding with a pretty good resolution and pretty engaging. Speaking about the comparisons, actually I've tested many true wireless models already, and just a few reference points. Of course, it's not comparable with MIFO 07 that I've tested recently, and not close to the Falcon, Noble Audio Falcon. So its rivals is Jade Audio EW3 or it was EW1. So Jade Audio sounding a bit less V-shaped, so a bit less bass and a bit warmer treble, so, or bit less bright treble, so like EW1 it's like more linear and this one is more bassy, more engaging. TRN T200 is pretty similar in terms of low frequencies, a bit more resolving on the mids, but much brighter on the treble. KZ S1 is a bit below in terms of levels. This one is a bit more natural and also a bit more V-shaped. Astrotech S80, if I remember right, the index of their model is more natural, more engaging, but it costs more. So It was Tranya B530 Pro, really good in-ear monitors, and with a discount they cost $48, and for this price they are pretty capable and offering a lot of nice features. Thank you for listening and have a nice day.